Hi, Houlihan Lawrence. This is Tony from the Training Center. Today's video is on SkySlope templates. You are going to love these templates. They are game-changing, time-saving. So from my Moxie Hub, I'm going to scroll down to the SkySlope logo and the SkySlope program. So you're going to click here where you see SkySlope. Once I click SkySlope, it lands on the SkySlope landing page. Here I'm going to click DigiSignature because we're going into the DigiSignature right now. Once I click DigiSignature at the top left-hand page, you want to click on Templates. We are going to be doing templates today. When you click templates, the templates will appear on your screen that you have the opportunity to use. You can create new, but not for this because these are created for you. So if let's say I'm getting a seller listing and I want to create the documents for that transaction. I'm going to scroll over to the right side of the page and I'm going to click the three dots and I'm going to create envelope, and that is the only option. Once I create an envelope, the documents that have been uploaded for you to use are already in place. You'll see the seller docs, there's 18 pages here. This document flows as if it's one when it goes out. You'll see it when we go to the next step. You always want to keep the seller docs. You never want to remove that. But you have the opportunity to remove any of these other pages that are here as optional. So let's just say the seller waiver property condition report. That's the $500 at closing. I think we need to leave that. Lead paint. Is this house prior to 1978 or newer than that? If it's newer than that, you don't need the lead paint for seller. You can remove it. The audio recording is now in the seller docs under the agreement. However, if the seller insists on leaving those audio recording devices on, you probably want them to have this disclosed. So you want to keep that form in there. In my case right now, I'm going to remove it so that I don't have as many docs. The property condition report, that's the port. It's 6 pages long. We always say consult your attorney before filling this out. And at this moment, you can continue to do that. So you can send this to them in a separate document. But for right now, maybe I don't want them to get it this moment. I can remove it. One key I'm going to use coming soon, so I'll keep that in there. I need to do my name withheld. My people don't want their names exposed on the MLS. And I need authorization for the lockbox. I will remove the instruction to discontinue showing. I don't need that one. So at this moment, this is what my packet will look like. And let's go check it out. Now, if you had a separate document that you wanted to upload to this, you could. The upload document is right here. This is very flexible, and you can adjust this before it goes out pretty easily. So I'm going to click on Next on the bottom right side of the page. Next. Then the recipient and signing order appears. Now here's where I add my recipients. I have 2 sellers that are set up on the template, a manager and a miscellaneous contact. The miscellaneous contact might be my admin to receive a copy. The manager obviously is your manager. And maybe you have 2 sellers, maybe you have 1 seller. If you don't fill out one of these, it just doesn't go onto the document. So if you have 1 seller, just fill out the name for 1 seller. If you have 2, fill them both out. And if you have 3 or 4, feel free to add a new recipient. It's right here for you to do. And the pen means they need to sign. And then there is another icon, which looks like papers, and that is a copy. So let's just add a seller here. I'm going to press the plus button, and I'm going to add the name for first name Mary, last name Smith, and I'm going to give Mary Smith an email address. They need to sign and save. So now Mary Smith lands on the right side of my page. She also lands here at the bottom of my page with a color coordination. So anything Mary's going to do in this document will be orange. Anything I, the agent, will do will be blue. If I add I'm not going to put 2 sellers in for this. I'll just do 1 for now. Manager. Let's add my manager here. And I'll put, and I press save. And so now my manager is on the document. So I have 3 people on this document now that will be signing. Miscellaneous contact might be my admin, and she would just receive a copy. And I'll put Norelli in here. She receives a copy. So there's a needs to sign and receives a copy. Press save. And that's my signer group right now. You can add signer groups. If you're particular about this and you want someone else to sign first, I can make Mary sign first by moving me down to the signer group to sign second. Add signer group allows you to add the person. So here I want to add me to sign second. Mary signs first. Jeff would sign third. So you have the option to create signer groups here. You also don't have to create a signer group. If you don't, it just goes first to the agent, then to Mary, then to Jeff. That's pretty much the normal standard for the signer groups. I don't like to add signer groups, so I'm going to try to take my signer groups out here. I always like to be the first so I can make sure everything is correct. And then manager will be third, Mary second. So I'm going to leave it like this, but you can add signer groups. It's up to you. And remember, my admin is getting a copy, receives a copy. Okay, so my recipient signing order looks like it's in place, and I can move forward. I can add a recipient. I can remove one just by unchecking one that I had clicked. If I had 2 sellers, I would have had 2 names in there. On the bottom right, you're going to click Next. Once I click Next, the document will appear on my screen with all of the options of the blocks that I'm allowed to use. Now, just so you know, I've already put those blocks in place for you, so you don't have to do anything. Anything you see here that's gray is a text field, and a text field gray is a read-only field, which means that you fill the form out before it goes out. So this is November 15th. My owner's name is already in place because I put that block in there. I need to put the address in there. And there's plenty of room for a long address. It also will adjust. This is going to expire on midnight. Let's say 4/30/2024. The price of this property is going to be $8.99. The commission of this property is going to be, again, I'm going to just put to be decided, but it would be whatever you negotiate with your seller. The full commission amount goes here. And then the buyer agent commission goes here. Again, that will be to be decided. And that would be, generally half of what your full commission is, would be what you're going to compensate a buyer agent. That's what those boxes are there. Within 3 months, I want to put 3 months here. Oh, darn it. Hold on. I skipped. Now I might have to put that all back in again. Let's see what happened here. Oh no, everything's still in place. Thank you. I'm going to scroll down until I find the next. This is the additional points. It's all set for you. If you needed to add, you could add whatever you want to add here. But it's generally in place for you, but you may have more additional points that you want to put in. Signature blocks already in place. Remember, we only have 1 signer, 1 seller, 1 manager, 1 agent. And the gray boxes, again, are read-only. And you decide if you want to fill this out or not. The address for the owner, the telephone, the email. The address for the office, the telephone, cell phone, email. This is for you to decide. You can switch it to optional and make that the homeowner to fill it out if you want to. Currently, it is in read-only mode. If I were to switch that to optional, then I have the option to switch it from read-only to Mary Smith. So Mary has to fill her address. Mary has to fill her phone. Mary has to fill her email. Maybe I know these things and I could fill it out, but maybe I don't and she needs to fill it out. So you can always switch it before it goes out to the person receiving. Again, all your signature blocks in place. Here's your agency disclosure. And here you would have to fill this out. I work for the seller. This again is a box for the agent to fill out. When they get the form, they could fill it out, or they could check this by default. Check by default. All you need to do is click on the box and check by default. Click on the box and check by default. So you're filling this out, but you've had the conversation with your homeowner about this page here, meaning you work for them as their seller agent, your fiduciary duties to the seller agent, and you're asking for advance consent to show the property so that other Houlihan Lawrence agents can show the property, including possibly yourself. And then everything else is also in place. I believe that's the only other place you'd have to fill in something. Here you could put the address here. Signature blocks and print blocks are in place. Anti-fraud in place. Acceptable laws, that's an initial page. Important laws are here. So all of the documents are here in place. I keep getting this. I'm going to have to take it out. I got to fix this template. Here's your seller obligations. Your signature blocks. And here's the coming soon. This you will have to fill out. What's the city? What's the address? What's the MLS if you know what it is? Maybe you've created something temporarily or you don't have that information. You don't have to fill it out if you don't have it. Showing will not begin until, and then you would decide what this is. This may be something you do later. But it is a signature page and it is something you need to discuss with the seller. And I believe that is the whole packet. So once you're finished, all you need to do is press send. And then you're going to get the email subject line. What are you going to put in the email subject line? It's totally customizable. And also, what are you going to put into the body of the document? You know, hi Mary, we've discussed this is the paperwork required to put your property into the One Key MLS. And as we discussed, this is the DigiSignature. And then you just press send for signatures. Once this goes out as a send for signatures, again, it will land for you to sign first if you left yourself number one on the signing order. So it says sign now. And you're going to agree to accept email terms. And this is what your seller is going to also see when they get it. There's a DigiSign verification number. You're going to just press the start button. And you're going to click which one. I'm authorized to put a for sale sign up. I'm authorized to put a lockbox up. It's going to ask you to go next. Again, there's no rental involved here, so there's nothing to fill out there. I have a signature block here ready to go. There you go. Here's a page where you're going to pick your signature for anything that's being signed for this document. Let's just say the agent's name is really Annette, and Tony is her nickname. So you want to make sure you fix that because this is a legal document. I will click that signature for today, and I'm a seller's agent. I'm asking for advance consent, and that's pretty much all I'm required to sign as the agent. I don't see any other blocks for me to sign, but I also see that I'm not able to. Here's one more signature. This is why the finished signing is not highlighted, because I still had one signature block left. And I have to finish this. I have to click on the next button, make sure I'm okay, what's checked, and one more signature box. And now you see the finished signing is available for me to push through to the next person. And it will go to the next person. And that's how you do DigiSign templates. Also for your information, when I want to just check on this envelope to see how far along I am, under the envelope section, I'll take you right back there. You're going to see all. It'll tell me that I have 4 recipients and who those recipients are. Oh, shoot. I left Jeff's email in there. Who those recipients are. And it'll also say who signed and who has not signed yet. I can tell who signed because it's highlighted here. Who signed and who has not signed. You see? So it's very good about letting you know what's happening. You can correct the envelope if there's a mistake and you need to correct it. Send a reminder. Maybe you see that the document's not been signed for a day. Maybe they fell in their spam. You could try to resend it. And of course, you can cancel the envelope, which I'm going to do because I don't want Jeff to get this. And you can cancel the envelope as well. So that's how you send an envelope. That's how you create an envelope. Any envelope you don't send out initially, it's not going out, will sit in a draft form, and you can always click on it, and you're seeing it here. This is a draft. I didn't complete it. I didn't put my recipients in yet. I started to fill out the form, but I didn't finish it, and this is going to be what you're going to do if you want to just leave it as a draft, because right now I'm not sending anything. I'm going to exit, and it's going to still sit in my draft section. So it's here. I didn't put the recipients in yet, but it's under draft form. So you can go back and check out your drafts. That's pretty much it for SkySlope DigiSign Templates. And I hope you love it and try it. It's really wonderful. I think it's going to be such a save of time. Thanks again for joining me today. This is Tony Crystal signing off.